Selling and sales. The qualifications of a good salesman. You don't have to be an expert storyteller or a great handshaker to be a good salesperson. It's not even necessary for a man to have the gift of the gab to be successful. Experience has proven that more salesmen have become failures from talking too much than from too little. You should enjoy meeting people and show that you are interested in hearing about their day. It will make a big difference. And don't be afraid of hard work and studying. And if you have any commitments and determinations, make them to succeed. You have most of the important qualifications of a good salesman. Don't pay too much attention to what your friends tell you. Many potential good salespeople have been ruined by a well-meant but mistaken advice of wives, friends, families, husbands, mothers, fathers, or school teachers. After all, it's up to you, each person, to decide for themselves what they want. So, deciding what to sell. What do you want to sell? Don't make the mistake of thinking, I would sell anything if I had the chance. The first step in going into sales is to decide what you want to sell and what you think you can sell. Do you like automobiles? Are you interested in the new models that come out each year? This interest might be turned into a profit by selling automobiles. So anything that you have an interest in, that you have knowledge in, and that you're generally interested in to learn information, that's the product that you should generally start with. It could be something that you've used or something that you would want to have. The more knowledge you have about something, the easier it is for you to sell. So overcoming price objections. What do you think of that? Is a question that we normally ask someone when we want to sell something. So, for example, if you want to sell an item to a shop, you normally ask, after you have explained the pros and the advantages and the benefits that the supplier can receive once you have sold the item to them. They generally tend to respond with, but I can't afford that, it's expensive and it costs too much. So the response that you should make from there, which is a positive response, which is still leading onto the sale, is to confirm that you understand that it's expensive. Then provide the benefits over again. And you can ask them how much they can afford to pay. They usually tell you an offer or a price that they can't go over an X amount of money. Now, instead of negotiating more with them or trying to increase their budget, whatever maximum offer they give to you, try to undercut that if you can. So, for example, if the maximum they can do is £10 or $10, try and reduce it down to £9 or $9. This way you're going to build a good connection, a long-lasting relationship, and they're more likely to buy more items from you in the future. So the right and wrong way to sell. Always remember that when people buy stock, they expect definite results. It's results they want. For example, if you're selling seeds to a person, you have to sell them the results. You have to give them the vision of what it's going to become. So you have to help them see that vision. And most people are lacking in imagination. They are able to picture a thing only when it is shown to them or explained to them. So it is up to you to give them that information, give them the imagination, and make them see the results. It's the results that you're selling. So, for example, if you're trying to sell some clothing, talk about the clothing itself, talk about the dresses that you're selling, and talk to the customer like you're talking to a good friend. Professionally, well spoken, but to a good friend. And be open in the conversation. Talk about the styles, the colors, the fashion, and soon you'll realize that you forget that you're actually trying to sell a product, and that you're more interested in sharing information about the piece of clothing that you want to sell. So the person that you're trying to sell it to will feel the genuine sales technique that you are using, instead of cold-hearted salespeople. So when you become absorbed in talking about the item that you want to sell, for example, clothes, the person that you're trying to sell it to will become more engaging, and they're more likely to purchase the item from you. So when you do this style of sales, the customer will feel your genuine capacity to sell these items, and they'll be more aware of your sales techniques, and that you're there to benefit them rather than to get the sales targets. So that will give the attraction, and from there you'll be able to learn how to actually sell an item. It's more about engaging, emotional engagement, and feeling a connection with the customer. So this will lead you to understand how to sell better, and then try to learn about the policies and any other add-ons that you can learn from the product that you're trying to sell. So spend more weeks in learning about the product. Where does it come from, how it's made, what the newest collections are, the colors, the fashion sense, everything that you need to know, understand it, and learn. Keep learning. The more information you learn, the better and easier for you can sell to the client themselves.